Hello everyone, my name is Frank and I work in construction. No, not that kind of construction, residential construction. If I worked in commercial construction, this story would have probably never happened because they always have access to the bathroom at their job sites. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. So what you need to know for this story to make sense is I'm involved in the final steps of completing a house. The customer orders it, it gets built, I do the finishing touches, and then we hand it off to the customer, who receives their awesome shiny new house and is super thrilled. Well, that's how it usually works. So this particular morning, I was the first one at the job site and my boss was supposed to arrive in about 10 minutes. Which is fine, I'd usually get the tools set up and be ready to go when he arrived. To be completely honest, I'm a bit of a workaholic. Usually all the overtimes, that's me. Yeah, I'm the guy who volunteers. And I think it's lucky for me that I am, otherwise I would have totally lost my job. Anyways, so I arrive early that day and start going about business as usual, setting up. The night before though, I did get a bad case of food poisoning and I thought I took enough pills that I could make it through the day. I would be fine. But about halfway through setting up, I start getting the urge to go, and I'm talking about bad. Well, it's okay, I think to myself. There's a porta potty right outside. I can make it there and back before anybody gets here, and I'll be fine. So when I glance out the window, the porta potty had been moved, and I knew that the bathrooms weren't set up yet. But in my desperation, I decided to check anyways, and of course, they weren't set up. But that's alright, I'm a smart man. I can improvise. Run downstairs into the dining room where there's a bucket. Grab a trash bag, put it on top of the bucket, grab a couple of those shop towels, like the normal paper towels except for more sturdy, and I'm ready to go. So I do my business quickly and clean myself up, throw everything into the bag, and it's time to destroy the evidence. Now at this point, the boss should be arriving any minute. So I'm in a hurry. I grab the bag, tie off the top, run down the stairs outside, and toss the bag into the trash. Now, here's where I realized I was having a bit of a problem. As the trash bag was arcing over into the trash, I noticed a little stream coming from the bottom of it. Now, that gave me a little pause, but I wasn't truly horrified until I looked behind me, and down the whole length of where I ran, there was a brown streak or line of dribble that had been pouring out from the bottom of the bag. The whole time I was running from the dining room, through the house, down the stairs, and to the trash. Now at this point, I'm panicking. I run back inside, grab those marvelous shop towels, and start cleaning. Not the most pleasant experience. I was in a hurry, but I was thorough, and I managed to clean everything up. Not a trace. I mean, minus the little bit of a smell, but what can you do? I'd figure out a way to blame it on raccoons or something later. That wasn't a problem. The main thing, I was able to destroy the evidence before my boss arrived. So just as I'm throwing away the last pieces of my shame into the trash, the boss pulls up. I go out to greet him and pretend that everything's normal as far as I could, blaming any weirdness on my part on being sick last night. So as we're walking through the house and discussing today's work, he gets a call and tells me it's from the customer. Now, there was a slight tinge of panic at this point, but I thought to myself, how could they know? Everything's fine, they're just trying to get a report. But when he started talking to them and eyeing me slightly weird, I really started to panic. When he looked down at the floor, I dang near had a heart attack. As he kept talking to them and apologizing profusely, I was contemplating my move to the mountains of China, where I would become a monk and not have any contact with the humans on this planet. So he finishes his conversation and informs me that I need to follow him into the dining room. So he leads me into the dining room and points at one of the corners where the owners set up a security camera. They had gotten a expensive lamp set up and wanted to make sure nobody stole it. And they had a motion sensor that alerted them to presence in the dining room, where they proceeded to watch me go about my business, then clean up my business, then try to hide my business. I explained the situation to the boss and apologized. He was pretty understanding, told me next time I was feeling sick not to come into work, but the shame of this will live with me till the day I die. But we live and learn, and I decided to share this story with you guys to let you guys also have a good laugh. Well, that's the end of my story. I want to extend a thank you to Frank for sharing his story. We did change the name and some aspects, but in essence it still remains the same. If anybody out there would like to share their stories, please email the email listed in the channel description. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. Have a good day.